Here we are talking about selective enforcement again. The blatant corruption of this administration and the smugness of certain coordinators that think the rules don't apply to them. To be real, the reason they think the rules don't apply to them is because they're in with this leadership and the contract won't be enforced with them. They're the one percenters. This is something that we need to put a stop to. And we've all been making excuses for far too long. There is no excuse for this. This is cowardice. This is our union. This is not the Lindsay Doherty union. It's a driver's union. And all coordinators aren't bad. I know most of the coordinators. I came up with most of the coordinators, and I'm not pointing you out. I'm pointing out this 1% that is in with this administration and actively breaks our contract with the approval of this administration. This isn't okay, and it needs to stop. It's crazy how here we are again. We have a coordinator that was on the driver's steering committee during negotiations. He was praised as being a longtime member who clearly knows the rules and had to inform the AMPTP of what we do. He's a champion of the rank and file. Yet the whole time that was going on, he was doing a show and he was breaking our contract. He had two Group 2s on his show, and he was hiring and laying off Group 1 drivers and not laying off those Group 2s. Now, a Group 1 driver did call this violation in to a BA, and the BA that took it, well, let's be fair, he's not a strong BA. He just does whatever Lindsay tells him to do and won't stand up to her when it's a clear violation. But on another note, he's also being investigated by a federal agency for a completely separate issue for not filing grievances that are in violation of the contract for another situation. So that tells you the kind of guy this is. Yet, while our negotiations were going on, this coordinator, right outside his transpo trailer, had two Group 2 drivers in violation. Imagine that. You're supposed to be this champion, but if you look out your door right there, you're breaking the rules. That very same day, you're in negotiations with the AMPTP. The violation was reported by a Group 1 driver, and the BA said that those two drivers were on special equipment. And here's the funny part. Those two drivers were seen driving a Shorty 40 and a van for most of their time on that show. Last time I checked, a Shorty 40 and a van aren't special equipment. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt, and let's say they were listed on special equipment. They're not allowed to operate anything else because now you have 4 jobs being performed by 2 Group 2 drivers that are working out of grouping on special equipment. You just took away 2 more jobs from Group 1 drivers that are hurting right now. So that's almost even worse if you think about it in those terms. This is our union. It's not their union. And I think that they've proven time and time again to the membership that they're not going to enforce the contract for this special group, the 1%ers, because they're on their side and they do what they want in return for favors down the road. You guys need to be aware of that. We don't need to give them another chance. They've proven who they are. This has to stop. These coordinators and their enablers, this corrupt leadership, need to stop breaking our grouping rules and follow the contract. You guys want problems and solutions? Here's the problem. This administration allows people to break our contract with their approval and their cover in some cases, like this one I'm describing to you now. The solution is everybody's even across the board. Coordinators, captains, drivers, the administration in office. Nobody breaks the contract. Not for your friendship with the producer, not for the studio and production company you're working for, not for anybody. You are a driver in Teamsters Local 399 before anything else. Your relationships and your business and everything else comes second. There's your solution. If we played it by that, we would have a lot of solutions and a lot of fixes to the current problems we're experiencing in this local. So I don't know if we should give them another chance, you guys. and there will be a slate that's forming to run against them, I think you should really consider making a change.